Hi, you guys. It's 7 o'clock on Monday night, and I'm here in the Rubber Room. My name's Chris Colley, and this is another episode of Create with Chris Live. So, I have lots of exciting things to share with you guys today. So, I'm going to start off with thanking Carlene Worms for sharing my video last week. I will be sending you some cards and to show my appreciation. Hi, Raquel. Thanks for hopping on. Hi, Beth. It's nice to see you here. I am, Carlene, sending you a to-go class, so I'll stick your extra cards in with that. Hi, Denise. And Marjorie King, I'll be sending you some extra cards. If you would just post and let me know your snail mail address, I will get those off. And again, if you guys share or send me some hearts, let me know you're watching and commenting. I will draw some names again next week for some surprise snail mail. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for popping on here. Okay, the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is our 24-hour stamp sale. Oh, I love the hearts. Thanks. We do have this huge 24-hour only stamp sale happening, and it happens on Wednesday, October 23rd. Hi, Sherry. So October 23rd, for 24 hours only, there is going to be a 15% off sale on select stamps, and we have like 3 pages of stamps, and I will put a link up here for you so that you can go right on and see what's on sale and get your list made ahead of time. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for watching. There's like 60 stamp sets on sale, so I'm sure you're going to find something that you need in there. Lots of background stamps. Background stamps are one of my favorite things. So they're going to be on sale on Wednesday. Yes, you do get your discount. If you're a demonstrator, you do get your discount on top of the 15%. So if you're a demonstrator buying these at 15% off, you're going to get actually 40% off all of these stamps. So there are people on your gift list that are crafters. This is a great time to scoop up some big savings. So again, that's Wednesday only for 24 hours. And this month, well, actually last month's Paper Pumpkin kit was a Halloween kit that you made boxes with it. They had these great striped boxes and dotted boxes that were really, really cute. But when I did our Paper Pumpkin, I have a Paper Pumpkin party every month, and I always have some gals who are not really interested in boxes and 3D items and that. So we did some alternatives this time, and I like to do my alternatives with things that are in the kit. So I might add an extra piece of cardstock, but I don't do extra ink pads or stamp sets or anything like that. So this is one of our alternatives. And I did use an extra piece of black cardstock in the background, and then an embossing folder on that. And everything else was in the kit. And here's another one. And for this one, everything was in the kit except I added the piece of orange cardstock back there. And then we just stamped it with the stamp that was in the Paper Pumpkin kit to make that background. Hi, Nanette. Thanks for watching. And then here's the last one. And for this one, I cut this strip from my box and added it on there. And then added the purple paper, and everything else was in there. So those were my 3 alternatives for the Paper Pumpkin kit last month. And I did just get my kit for this month in, and it is so gorgeous. I can't wait to start creating with it. So I'm excited about that. And I'm going to share, I have a customer who wanted to see a stamp set made with the Free Skate bundle. Here's, for those of you that aren't familiar with it, here's a card that was made. I got this one in a swap. And the Free Skate bundle is really, really pretty. This card came from Carol Payne, who's in Indiana. I really like that. The little metal blade makes it look almost like it's a real ice skate. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for tuning in. So then I got this card from our own Sherry George in a swap. Beth hosted a holiday catalog swap, and this was the card that Sherry sent in. So I had it on display because how could you not display this gorgeous card, right? So I had it on display, and I had several customers that needed to make it. And so they purchased the Free Skate stamp set and the framelits that match it, the little bundle. And I am going to attempt this card tonight so that they can see how it's made. So the Free Skate stamp set, let's see, she's got her name all over the box on this one, so I won't try and get that off there, but I'll do it this way. You can see all of the stamps that are in there. There's there's 7 different stamps in there. And then they have framelits that match. And we're going to use some of the framelits in a minute, but these are the other 2 that they have. They have this great vine, and then they have this, it looks like a little heart, but it's a holly berry there. So let's get started with this one. I did a little bit of prep work ahead of time because Sherry told me. Sherry, you probably have some more samples you could share with us too from this stamp set, but she told me that some of this takes a while to prepare. So I did do a little bit of it ahead of time, but you're going to be able to see just how it all goes together. Hi, Kimberly George. It's nice to see you here. So for this card, Sherry uses some glimmering paper, some silver glimmer paper, and she also uses Designer Series paper from the Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper pack. And this paper pack is amazing. It has silver metal on the back, but the other side of it, we'll just flip through here. So this is the silver and white stripe. And then these are just kind of leaves. Again, the metallic is really, really in this year. And they've kind of flipped that pattern around and done it more with a silver background. And then this one's, again, the white metallic. This one with some kind of like bows on it. And they've actually just kind of swapped these out. So this one has the silver in the background, and this one has the silver as the accent design. And then they have these beautiful stars. And then some gorgeous snowflakes. How pretty are those? So, and I think we have, I think that might be it. Oh, and we have this one, which is really, really pretty too. And that kind of is the opposite of this one. So this one has the white background with the metallic, and this one has the metallic background with the white. And then there's this really pretty one that has the big pine needles on it. So the metallic part of the paper is absolutely beautiful. And you can't go wrong with metallics this year. They are really, really in. Hi, Judy. Thanks for watching. And Kieran, I'm glad that you guys are here with us. And as beautiful as those metallics are, it's the other side of the paper that is just, it's breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking. Look at this one. I actually have some of these papers, just the piece of paper in a frame, because it is so gorgeous. And I'm going to do, I have a DSP and Me class coming up. I think this one is on November 2nd for the month of November. And this is one of the packs of paper that we'll be using. And it's totally because I have to force myself to cut into this paper because it is so gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful? These are just, they're absolutely amazing. Sometimes I think I really hate winter, but when you see all of these winter scenes, look at this one, that little pine cone just nestled in that snowy evergreen there. You can just almost feel the crisp air. It's just beautiful. And this one, oh my gosh, the colors in that, the purple. And how about that? Isn't that beautiful? The snow in these scenes just gets me all ready for winter. I know one day of driving in it and I will be way over it, right? So let's get to making Sherry's gorgeous card. I'm going to bring it back here so I can see it while I'm doing it, so that you guys have some idea of what's going on. So I am going to tip you down. So hang on just for a minute. Bear with me. And we'll get you situated. Okay, here we go. I think I can get you right in the middle here. And I'm going to just grab a piece of scrap paper real quick, because I would hate to have everything I need when I get up here. You guys know me better than that. Okay, so we are going to start off with a piece of this gorgeous blue paper. And then we're going to layer this shimmery metallic paper on top of it. This metallic or shimmery paper, silver shimmery paper, is cut 5 1/4 by 4. And I have cut the middle of this paper out because you're going to cover it up with this piece of navy paper. So you really don't need all of that paper behind there. It's just kind of a waste of paper. So I'm going to layer that up like this, and then in this navy piece of paper is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. And then I'm going to take this gorgeous, gorgeous piece of Designer Series paper, and this is 3 by 4 1/4, and it comes in a 6 by 6 pack, so you can actually get 2 cards out of one of these pieces of paper. So that's kind of going to be what our layer looks like. And I am going to adhere it real quick, because if I don't, I am going to lose pieces of it and put stuff on top of other pieces of it and forget where it is. So I'm just going to quickly put it together. Hope that I'm getting it somewhat straight. And then I'll put my Night of Navy on there next. And this too, I did put adhesive right in the middle of it, because that will stick where the glimmer paper is not and help to hold it down. Before I put it down, I am going to stamp my sentiment in some Night of Navy ink right on my Designer Series paper. Okay, let me get that back over here. I hope you guys can see that. So get my stamp all inked up. And let's go right about there with it. Okay? It's just that paper is so pretty. You can just stamp right on it without having to give it a lift or dimensionals or anything like that on there. So we're gonna just adhere this right to our front layers here and put that in the center. Okay, so I'm going to put that right up there. So when I go, where did I put that, you guys? It's right up here, okay? And here, again, is what Sherry's card looks like. So I did go ahead this afternoon when I was prepping for it, got some tips from her, and I went ahead and made one of the skates so that you didn't have to sit and watch me do all of that. So what I have here is my Big Shot, and I have 2 of the ice skates. One is this lacy, beautiful lacy overlay, and on the back is the salad piece. And then here I have the, this actually, you guys, is the piece of silver glimmer paper that I cut out of the middle of the piece that I put on our card. So I'm going to use that. I'll tell you, our paper is so amazing that I just don't want to waste even the tiniest little piece of it. So I have a skate blade framelit and a ribbon framelit. Okay, so I'm going to put all of those through my Big Shot. We'll put her in here. And I'm going to take my other clear piece of plastic and put it right on top. And I'm going to put that right through my Big Shot. It's going to do all of the work for me. Kind of wiggles all my things around here. Okay. So then I have my skates here. That's my little filigree one and my solid one. And then here are my 2 silver pieces. There's my ribbon. And my little skate blade. Okay, I'm gonna take my framelits and just take a minute to put them right back here on top of this magnetic piece so I don't lose them. When I'm crafting, I can be a real slob and things kind of get lost in the mix. So as much as I can keep it together as I go along, I like to do that. Okay, so I am going to just, we'll put this blade over there. We're going to move those things out of the way. And I'm just going to take a minute and poke out some of these little things that didn't come out. So I'm going to get my little tool kit. This is a pick your tool kit. And I can put this right on top of my handle there, but it's just much quicker to do it this way. So I'm just going to take my pick your tool kit and just punch out all these little pieces. Some of them you have to work a little bit to get out. And all of it's going to depend on how tight your sandwich is in your Big Shot. My Big Shot gets a lot of work. So it's usually better at getting a good cut. And sometimes you just have to work them a little bit harder. You do have a brush tool that you can use on these if you needed to. But mine are just going to take a minute to get out. So just keep working there. You don't want to, you just want to be sure, because this is a filigree, so you can actually use your, you have a precision plate to use with your real thin, intricate dies. So you can use that in your sandwich also if you wanted to. I don't think I need to, just because there's only 1 or 2 pieces in here that are really, it might have made a difference with. So I'm just going to keep working those around a little bit until I get them all the way through there. Okay. So the thing that's going to take a long time with this one is I thought that there was a framelit that cut the lace for this skate, but there is not. So what Sherry tells me is you have to cut a really skinny piece of paper and weave that through or lace it through your skate, if you will. So I have my very skinny piece of shimmer paper. Okay, and I'm just going to start at the top. Probably most of you will want to start at the bottom. I'm a lefty, so I do things kind of upside down. I don't know if you can see. I'll try and get it so you can see. But I'm just going to lace up the skate, kind of an over, under, all the way down. And it does take a minute, and probably you could measure this piece of paper so that it wasn't any really longer than you needed. Since it did start off just as a scrap, I didn't bother to cut it. So, and there you go. Can you see how it's starting to take some shape there? And Sherry, if you have some tips, please be sure and share them with us. After I made the one skate, I appreciated it once again how much work Sherry put into her swap card from this catalog that she shared with us. And I think you do have to admit it is absolutely breathtaking. So I wasn't surprised when she said, it takes a few minutes to make this card. Because beauty usually doesn't happen instantly. It's something we have to really work on. Although with Stampin' Up, you can get a really beautiful creation with very little effort sometimes. Like, for instance, I love this card that Sherry made, but I also love this card. So this is a card that maybe if you were a beginner you would do, and then you would just step it up and go a little over the top like Sherry did. So there's no right or wrong, but if you have a little less time for crafting, you might decide to skip the skates and do just the paper. Whatever your crafting level is that you're comfortable with or that time allows, Stampin' Up's got the perfect tools for you to be successful. Okay, so this is the back of my skate. Here's the front. So we just got all those, that great little lace going on there. And I am going to, I didn't ask Sherry what she used to glue hers. You could easily, I'm sure, use the fine tip glue pen, but I'm going to use some Tombow glue. I like our green Tombow multi-adhesive glue. And I am going to put that onto my skate. And I'm going to put it on my solid skate that I cut out with my framelit as opposed to my glitter skate, or the filigree part of that skate. Because it would be very time consuming to try and put my glue on those edges. So I'm just going to kind of go around the edge here. Let it get a little bit tacky. This little, do you love this little container? How about that? I went to one of Beth's classes and she made these little boxes for our Tombow. And I just love it because it keeps it upside down, so it's always, the glue is always in the end where you need it. Okay, so I have this little silver metallic skate guard there, or skate blade, if you will. I'm going to put that on there. And then I'm just going to put this laced up skate right on top of there. Got a little blob of glue. Well, I'm going to put that. I'm going to put this on there first. And then I will put my silver one on top of this fancy filigree kind of skate. There we go. And when I put it on the backing, you can see now it doesn't have those holes, and I've covered up where I laced all of my silver shoelace through, or skate lace through. So now I'm just going to put another little bit of glue down here where my skate blade goes. And now I'll put my glimmer skate blade right on there. So you can see it kind of takes shape all the way along the way there. So I have two of them now. And what I'm going to do is just put them, I'm going to use some just regular snail adhesive on the back of that skate. This reminds me of skating when we were young, every pond, and when we got our place up at Houghton Lake, we used to take our skates and skate all day because for some reason when you were younger, I don't ever remember getting cold like I do now. I think about going outside in the wintertime and it just makes me cold to the bone. And we would stay out all day on snowmobiles and ice skating, and our toes always seemed to get cold, but we had some good times skating on ponds, and that's kind of what this reminds me of. That beautiful scene in the paper, and then these gorgeous skates. And all that glimmer paper really makes them look like it's a real, honest to goodness skate blade there. How about that? And then we're going to put our bow on. Actually, I have one little piece there. So there's really not a lot of supplies to this card when you go back and use the middle of your pieces like I did with the glimmer paper. And like I said, the way she cut the Designer Series paper, you can get 2 pieces from 1 piece of Designer Series paper. You can make 2 cards. So that's a good thing. We like that. And we're just going to kind of put this right over the top of it. I'll go up a little bit. So how about that? How pretty is that? Absolutely love it. Okay, so that is our free skate card. And I have to share with you, maybe I'm hoping, Sherry, that maybe you've made some other cards with it that you'll leave in our comment section so we can see those too, if you would. And now I have a new product of the week. How is that? Our new product of the week this week, have a little English lesson for you too, is the Twaal bundle. Okay, so my helper is here with me this morning, and I'm like, how do you say that? I want to say twill, but I don't think it's twill. People don't say twill. And we say toil, but Halloween is toil, right? So when in doubt, we went to Google, and it is Twaal. It's pronounced as if it were written T-W-A-L-L, and it is a French word that means linen, cloth, or canvas. How about that? Got a little English lesson for you, or a French lesson, maybe. So this is the Twaal Christmas stamp set, and it is on pages 6 through 9 of your holiday catalog. And this is the framelit set that matches it. There are 8 dies in this framelit set that match it. And it is $51.25. That is our bundle of the week. And I'm going to leave that out because I want to share something with you. We'll just put this guy right there. Okay, so that's our bundle of the week. And here's some great pictures of things that were made with that. And it does have another stamp set that coordinates this suite. This suite is actually little glimmer dots, and there's some Designer Series paper, and there's some wrapping paper. This would make a great gift to wrap in that paper and make a coordinating card. There's some green, garden green and white ribbon, some real red ribbon. That ribbon is really thick and it's just gorgeous for packaging. And then they do have another stamp set up here, and that is a wreath stamp set called Tidings All Around Wreaths and Dies. So you can buy any of these products. You can buy one of them, you can buy 2 of them, but the one we're going to feature this week is going to be the bundle. And I have, here's a little close-up for you of that Designer Series paper. It's red on one side and green on the other. So if you can't decide, do I like it in red or green, you can make it in both. And then there are some samples over here with the wreath. So I'm going to share just a couple of samples that I have. I have to share a story with you. I have a large display of cards that were made with this stamp set and some boxes and things. And when I was in Florida, I was with my sister Judy, and she had this little ornament that had the cardinal in it. I convinced her I needed it for my display. So if you guys come by, you'll get to see it. It's all shiny and pretty, and it was the perfect thing for that display. So, okay, so here's one of the cards. And this stamp set has some great greetings in it too. And here's one here. This one I think is just gorgeous. Some people have done this cardinal and made it a bluebird. You can do a reverse image with it so that you can make a female that's a darker color. I am partial to, this is one that my friend Jackie made for me, and I'm going to be using that in an upcoming class. She designed some really cool cards. I really like that one. And then this one is simply just a piece of designer series paper with the banner. And the banners in this stamp set are so cool. So throughout the week, I'm going to be sharing lots of different projects made with that bundle. But one thing I'm going to share with you right now, because you all know I'm inherently cheap. This is one of my favorite cards. It has little flowers in the background of it. That's an embossing folder that we used. And then there's some rhinestones, some real pretty red rhinestones on it. And then your beautiful cardinal here. So what I'm going to do is show you a trick that's going to save you some paper. So I'm going to share with you this inside piece. And this kind of goes along with what I just showed you with the metallic paper. See the inside of that? And then we're going to cover it up with this. Okay? Super simple technique. And you're going to save a lot of your Real Red cardstock when you use that technique. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up my cardinal. And this is a piece of Real Red cardstock that's 5 1/4 by 4. And it's going to layer on there very nicely. So I'm going to put my cardinal right in the middle. Didn't he stamp beautiful? Isn't that just gorgeous? You don't have to do a whole lot to make these images and stamps and designer series papers look absolutely beautiful. It's nice and clear and crisp and just so pretty. So I'm going to get my Big Shot back in here. And we'll layer it up. So I have my magnetic plate going in. And my clear plate, my cardstock, and I'm going to put my cardinal right on top there. Get them all lined up. Sometimes it's just difficult to get him all lined up perfectly when he's facing you and I'm over here. We got to get it so you guys can have a good bird's eye view, if you will. There we go. So we're just going to push him through. And we get a nice, really crisp cut like that. Okay, so here's our bird. And we can do the same thing and just put him right there. And that's just what she did. Or you can do something a little more elaborate like this and maybe use an embossing folder on this red paper. And then use some dimensionals and just kind of pop him up on there if you wanted to. So you would have this red cardstock and then you could just pop him up. Give him a little bit of dimension, and you could see the white paper behind him. That would be really pretty too. But that's just a little tip to save some cardstock for you. Okay. So, again, I'm going to pop you guys up here. Oh, I lost my light there. Okay. Let's get you back up here. And there we go. Oh, Carol's here and Marianne's here. Hi, you guys. Thanks for popping in. I hope you enjoyed our cards tonight. And if you place a minimum $30 order before the end of the month, you're going to get 15 free fall tutorials. And those are amazing tutorials. I belong to a group of women. And every month we each contribute to it. So you get a lot of different styles. We do follow one theme, but you do get a lot of different styles. And they're great tutorials. And if you are on my Stampin' Up! Team, I post those every month for you for free. So don't forget about the 24-hour sale on the 23rd. And here's my hostess code. It's 7ZHF4ANM. And you can find me at rubberroom.stampinup.net. Okay? Thanks for stepping in, you guys. And I hope to see you back here next week. But be sure to keep popping in throughout the week because I'll have lots more cards from the Toile Christmas set. Bye-bye. Have a great week.